Morning football on a Tuesday. Now, Nate, my friend, we usually, when we're at work during normal times, we like to meet up in the break room. We eat, we bust chops, we shoot the breeze. Yeah. But since we're quarantined here, we're going to go down to the basement. And Nate, I know you'll agree with me. The basement is where it all goes down when you're a kid. You got your video games, you're spinning the bottle down there, you're pressing the beer down there. You're a basement kind of guy, I think.
Talk about it.
I am I right?
You're right about that. And it's also a place where you can it's also a place where you can escape a little bit from the family nowadays as a married man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm in here for 6 hours after the show, Nate. But we got our Microsoft Surfaces here, and we got questions. Nate, right off the bat, we know that Chase Young and Joe Burrow are going to play each other, the top two picks in this year's draft. They're going to play. But as we wait for the schedule release Thursday night, we're fired up. Who are two players all across the league that you cannot wait to watch compete against each other? Who you got?
Ooh, I can't wait for this one. How about the Chiefs and the Raiders? We got Tyreek Hill and we got Ruggs. We got speed versus speed. You remember when you were watching Avengers and it was Captain America racing Black Panther? I think it was actually Black Panther. And they were side by side, and I was like, oh, is that a foot race right there? Hold up, wait a minute. And you just stopped and paused, and you were like, who would actually win in the race? But I think this one is more like Sonic the Hedgehog versus the Roadrunner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Football is for the big fellas. We want to see a little bit of collision and collision and collision. But I want to see just pure speed. In this game, we'll see Tyreek take 160. Boom, touchdown. Then Ruggs answers back. And then the age-old question after the game, who's faster? I can't wait, man. What say you, KB? I know you got a good one.
All right, it's great. All right, I'll go to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well, Nate. How about Thanos versus Hulk? I got Derrick Henry right here, and I got the Rook, Patrick Queen, middle linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, let's be honest here, Nate. The Ravens and the Titans got business. They got big business, and I think it's the business of the Ravens. I don't know, maybe getting their dignity back. This man right here turned around Earl Thomas and turned him into a lead blocker. They knocked him the hell out of the playoffs. This guy, Patrick Queen, the LSU stud middle linebacker, was brought in to tackle this gentleman and to maybe avenge, if you will, that crime. That's what I'm saying. And what do we call Derrick Henry? We call him the king. He wears the crown. So when the Titans and the Ravens get after it this year, it is the king versus the queen. Who you got?
He turned Earl Thomas into a lead blocker on that one. That was crazy. All right, KB, I got one for you. So we saw Andy Dalton sign with the Cowboys. A little bit under the radar, but one of the more meaningful signings when it comes to free agency. So who would you say is one of the more underrated free agent signings of the 2020 offseason?
Nate, I do this one for you. Hanging with Mr. Hooper. That is what Baker Mayfield will do with his new tight end. Austin Hooper to the Cleveland Browns. Let me show you the roster. Let me show you the huddle that Baker Mayfield will step into in his third year, the leap year. There is not a more talented huddle in the NFL. AFC, NFC, if you look at the weapons there, I don't know if they're better, worse, no more talent than the Browns huddle. Hooper, massive in the red zone, massive with the stiff arm, a total badass, and he's playing in Cleveland. Now, this is my guy. Nate, who do you got? Who's that under-the-radar guy? I know you live under the radar.
I'm going with Teddy Bridgewater. We love a play on words, a play on names. We love puns. So we can always say, well, Teddy Bridgewater is a bridge quarterback. And I'll just say, not no more. Not anymore. Teddy Bridgewater is a guy that has proved to be a backup, okay, but last year going 5-0 when Drew Brees went down, and now he looks at himself in a situation where he has one of the best running backs, if not the best running backs in McCaffrey, and then he has a host of wide receivers and skill players he can throw to. Teddy Bridgewater is now back in the starting seat as a QB for the Panthers. I'm looking forward to him kind of rewriting his narrative. What else we got?
Absolutely. The pass for him is water under the bridge. Nate, quickly, teams are going to have virtual meetings right now to meet up, prepare for the season. In 2 sentences, an all-time team over history, if you could jump into their virtual meeting with all the different windows, who would the team be?
Come on, man. I'm going with that Phil Simms-led Giants. And you know LT was on that team, so it would get wild. What you got?
The only reason you're saying that, Nate, is because you already know I'm saying the 92 Cowboys. I want to see how absolutely nuts Jason Garrett and Bill Bates would get in that room. Oh my gosh, those guys know how to party. And that is our basement break room, Nate. Let's go get some soda and spin the bottle and have some friends over. What do you want to do? Let's go. Let's get after it. Nate, hanging out in the basement.